Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to my unfiltered, brutally honest review of the full release of Call of Duty Vanguard. So if you've been following my channel, you'll know that I already did a review of this game's beta and I was not that happy with it. But surprisingly, from this game's beta to the full release, it has actually changed enough in a good way to change my opinion of the game from being kind of sucky to actually not that bad. So with this review, I am making it after I have already played the other two big FPS games that have come out, Halo and Battlefield 2042. So I thought I would also compare it to those two games' launches. Also, to change it up, I thought I would start with the positives for Vanguard rather than always starting with the negatives. Because even though I think this game is not too bad, there is still a lot of negatives I have to go over. So to start off with the positives, this is probably the biggest thing I noticed, and what really just blew me out of the water was the optimization in this game. Man, this game runs so well. It is so well optimized. Everything is so crispy and reactive. Mouse movement feels amazing. The frame rate is insane. The hit reg is incredibly accurate, especially compared to fucking Cold War, where it was completely broken on mouse and keyboard. In my book, that instantly makes it way better than Cold War. And the fact that this game is so well optimized for looking as good as it does really should make Battlefield 2042 fucking embarrassed for how awfully that game runs and how awfully it's optimized, how the mouse movement is completely broken, the input is so laggy and delayed. In comparison, it is night and day. Vanguard is way better in that aspect. This is what Battlefield 2042 should have been on full release. This game feels, for the most part, finished, and it actually feels like a full release game, where 2042 obviously feels like it's still in early access. Anyways, moving on, a big issue I feel like a lot of Call of Duty games have had recently is map design. And thankfully, this game actually did a pretty good job of it. Now, there's obviously still some maps that I think are horrible in this. Some of the big ones obviously being Red Star. Red Star, I've tried it on like every single player number, 6v6. I think there's 12v12 and 18 versus 18. All of them suck. The map Numa Numa, this map also, I actually haven't seen too many people complain about this map. I think this map is horrible. The spawn traps on this map are terrible. Visibility is terrible on this map. I think this map is also horrible. But overall, for this game having not too many remakes, a lot of the original maps are really fun. I think Berlin is actually pretty good. I think this is pronounced Bocage. I really like that map. Castle is a remake, but it's still decent. Decoy is also a good map, apart from everything being able to be blown up, and so like halfway through the game you have absolutely no cover. That's annoying. But overall, I feel like I dodge very few maps in this game, which was a nice change of pace from other Call of Duties like Modern Warfare 2019. Next, and I've seen some mixed opinions about this, I think that the combat pacing system is actually pretty good. I've definitely noticed in this game, sometimes I am actually in the mood to play Blitz 18 versus 18 on Castle, just completely turn off my brain and just go off, try to get insane clips while also dying over and over and over and over again. But then other times I really don't want that, and I want to play more smart and actually get on streaks and have time to think about decisions instead of just running into 10 fucking people at a time. And so that's where I think tactical is actually really good. Obviously, this is more of a suggestion kind of thing. Even if you put on tactical, there's always a chance you're going to get into an assault or a blitz game where you're not playing 6v6, you're playing, 10v10 and above. But overall, I actually think this was a really good addition to the game. I like this. Hopefully it is in more future Call of Duties. Moving on, just like most of the other past Call of Duty games, the visuals are very good in the game. I don't see it very often because I play at pretty much all low most of the time just for that competitive edge. But when I make thumbnails, I turn everything to the max and it looks amazing, which is even more impressive considering how fucking well this game runs. Also, just like pretty much every other Call of Duty game, movement and gunplay is top fucking tier. It feels smooth, responsive. Yeah, they've got it down to a science. So overall, the base of the game is good Call of Duty. If you still like that kind of gameplay, then there's a pretty good chance you'll like this. But now moving on to the negatives, the biggest negative I have with this game, and really just killed a lot of the gunplay for me, is the time to kill.
What?
I've seen a lot of people say that the time to kill in this is actually slower than MW 2019, and I'm sure that's true for some of the weapons, but I think because of all the crazy attachments and different perks that are in this game, the time to kill for a lot of weapons is definitely faster than MW 2019, which is fucking insane, because MW 2019's time to kill was already too fast in my opinion. This, you just die in this game, you just die instantly, and it kills pacing so much for me. There's so little concentration and consistency in gunfights, because you just kill them in 2 shots, boom, they're instantly dead. It takes no tracking, no recoil control. I really don't like that part of the game. I wish the time to kill was longer. It doesn't need to be super long like Black Ops 4, but I still think that Call of Duty would be better if the time to kill was more around like what BO3 or maybe even Black Ops 2 was, just so there's a little bit more skill involved in gunfights. Speaking of the guns in this game, Gunsmith is back. I mentioned it in my Cold War review. I actually still really like Gunsmith, but they went way overboard in this game with it. The 10 attachments is just ridiculous. It's too fucking much. It's honestly just gimmicky in my opinion. It adds way too many little things that you have no way to counteract all of them. There's so many attachments and so many of these gun perks that do ridiculous things that there's just no way for you to outplay all of them. I think just today, the professional version of this game, the CDL or whatever, came out with everything that's blocked in the professional play of this game, and the list is massive because there is so many things in this game that'll just instantly kill you, and you have no time to react to even realize what the fuck happened. So yeah, I think this is way too much at this point. I think what we had before in MW 2019 was fine. We do not need any more attachment slots. Moving on, an issue that we've had with probably the past 3 or 4 Call of Duties, visibility once again is pretty god fucking awful in this game. It really is just a nameplate shooting simulator at this point. I mean, I rarely, not rarely, but a lot of the gunfights that I get into, I'm not actually shooting the character model, I'm just shooting below the name tag. And unfortunately, I don't think that's really going to change with the future Call of Duties, because with the game still being in its more realistic graphic design, I feel like it's just always going to be like that. Speaking of visibility, the visual recoil on a lot of the weapons in this game is on just hysterical levels. From the beta, the Ultra Burst has still not been fixed. It completely changes your FOV and shakes your entire screen when you fucking burst it, making it almost unusable on mouse and keyboard. It is so difficult to concentrate on a player and track them when your entire screen and FOV is changing every time you shoot. Other guns like the M1 Garand and some of the LMGs, it's ridiculous. A lot of the FPS games nowadays are going more for the visual recoil route rather than an actual recoil, and it sucks. So I definitely will say playing Halo was a nice breath of fresh air when the visibility and no visual recoil made it very easy to consistently track and have good aim in that game. Moving on, this game weirdly enough took some inspiration from old Battlefield games and added some mechanics like spread and suppression. So spread is pretty simple. It's like Bloom in Fortnite, where even if you're ADSing your weapon, your bullets will not go perfectly straight. In my opinion, this was a horrible mechanic and is super outdated. So it blows my mind that both this game and 2042 both brought it back. It is very minimal in this game, which is almost like, why the fuck is it even in here to begin with if it's so minimal? And then you have 2042, where it's so insane you can't even shoot somebody past 20 meters because your bullets just shoot around them. But yeah, definitely one of those things where I don't understand why it was even added into the game, along with suppression, which was also in old Battlefield games, where if a person is shooting at you but missing you, your character becomes suppressed and has worse accuracy. So usually you have more bloom. I haven't really noticed that at all in the game. So I don't really know how that mechanic works. And once again, don't really understand why it's even in the game. Anyways, kill streaks are very boring in this game. I have not cared about kill streaks in a Call of Duty game probably since like Black Ops 3, maybe even later than that, which makes it even more disappointing that the specialist bonus isn't in the game. I think this game would have done really well with the specialist bonus, just like it did in MW 2019. With how fast the time to kill and movement is, it would have worked so well and would have been so much fun, but it is unfortunately not in the game right now. They might add it in later on, like World War II did, which would be awesome, but yeah. Kill streaks are boring. I don't really care about them. Also, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I haven't gone for a mastery camo in a Call of Duty game since Black Ops 3. I just don't care about it anymore, and this game has put me off of it even more because the camo grind for mastery in this game is ludicrous. Holy shit. I have been keeping up to date with some of my YouTube and Twitch friends trying to get the last camo. I think it's called Atomic. The grind is crazy. I mean, you got to make this shit your full-time job to get this camo. Thankfully, I think they've already changed a few of the challenges, so it's not as insane. But yeah, I think at this time it takes way too much grinding. So yeah, overall the game is actually not too bad. Definitely not one of my favorite Call of Duties, but compared to what we got last year, it is a whole hell of a lot better. A lot of the stuff I was going to mention in this video is already kind of being fixed. Like for example, the shotguns were yeah, fucking godlike weapons of mass destruction. I saw so many clips of people breaking nuke world records just using the shotguns and spawn camping because they're so stupid. I think they're still really stupid, but they're getting better and nerfing them. Speaking of nukes, the nuke in this is only 25 kills. It's still a 25 gun streak, but in my opinion, I think it should have stayed a 30 gun streak like most of the recent Call of Duties have been. I think 25 kills to 30 kills really just made it that much more difficult to where it was more impressive, and you rarely saw people get it in games. So when you did, it was really cool. But yeah, honestly, not too bad. I was pretty surprised. There's a couple other things with the game that I don't like, but it's stuff that is very subjective, and I feel like no matter what is going to be in Call of Duty from now on, like the fact that skill-based matchmaking is incredibly strict in this game. It might even be more strict than Cold War, which playing solo made the game miserable, but when you actually played it in a party and you were making callouts and treated it like, I mean, really what it is, and that's ranked gameplay, it could be fun because it was more competitive and you felt good when you won games. But yeah, trying to play this solo against, you know, huge parties of super sweaty people using nothing but STG and MP40 was miserable, and that's why I pretty much never played this game solo. So yeah, anyways guys, let me know what you think about this year's Call of Duty. I don't think Vanguard is all that bad, but also it's just another Call of Duty, so I probably won't be playing it too much if I'm being honest. But at least this year, I feel like I can confidently recommend this game to people who I know already enjoy the Call of Duty gameplay, unlike last year where I just told everybody to stay fucking away from Cold War. Anyways guys, thank you for watching. I hope you have an amazing rest of the day, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later.